Sunday Night Football prize picks. Jets and Raiders, the A-plus quarterback matchup. Zach Wilson, Aidan O'Connell. Holy shit, we better find some good prize picks value, but we've been on a crazy run. 31-12. The last 43 picks given away on YouTube. Hit that like button, and let's just get right to work from there. I'm Sniper from DFS Army, by the way, and what we got here is a DFS Army Proptimizer. Let you compare prize pick lines, sportsbook odds, and our own projections. You put them all together. Find plus EV plays. It's not just odds. It's not just projections. It's both. You want access to this tool and all the plays in Discord. That link is below. Your code is Sniper20 for 20% off. It's under $30 a month, guys. Been on a run, but the YouTube plays are free. I hope you enjoy them. Let's roll through, and I'll show you how I kind of use the Proptimizer. So, Jacoby Myers, the prize pick line is 40.5. The odds say it's a good play, but our projection does not. He's got him projected at 51 yards. So he just passed. Move on. Plenty of plays to go on. I'm not going to be too particular today because, as you can see, you can sort by games. I record these right after the 1 o'clock game start. Focus on Sunday Night Football. So not as many plays on the board, but we do have Aidan O'Connell, less than 206.5 yards. Get all the sportsbook odds here. 207 is minus 140, minus 150 at Caesars. You see all the odds here. FanDuel's down at 196 yards, and we're projecting him just slightly under, but still under against a good Jets defense. Let's go ahead and let's find Aidan O'Connell, and let's see if we can check out. I mean, the last five is just it's an odd look here. So he's gone 2-1. Over, but again, Jets defense, really good defense. Just getting over against the Giants, which is concerning, honestly, to say the least. We've seen Jets game. I'm a Jet fan. It's ugly. I wish they quit putting them on prime time. Probably going to be another ugly, low-scoring game, unless watch this as the week it blows out. But odds-wise and projection-wise, I'm going to go Aidan O'Connell, less than 206.5 passing yards. Let's see if we can go back to the Proptimizer. Let's find play number 2. We don't have a projection for kicking points, so I'm just going to pass on it. Breece Hall, more than 66.5 rushing yards. 65.5 is minus 140 on DraftKings. We're projecting him just over this number. Projection-wise, it's a really close play, and I wouldn't say it's a slam dunk. And clearly, we're already down into the orange in terms of our ranking system. But, again, odds-based plays for just one game. Going to get a little bit thinner. And in general, as a Jet fan, I can tell you, and you probably know most of us Jets fans, not a fan of Zach Wilson. Breece Hall better have this many yards or it could be a long day. So I'm going to go Breece Hall. Let's go over to prize picks. Let's see if we can make this an official play number 2. He's been under this a lot. I mean, blew up against the Broncos, but again, in this matchup against the Raiders, they better be able to run the ball. They shouldn't be terribly behind. If they are, it's a problem. So even though the last 5 is not positive, the odds are, the projection is, the matchup. If Breece Hall is going to, take off, it better be tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and roll with that as play number 2. Back to the Proptimizer to find play number 3. We already have a Breece Hall play. Zach Wilson somehow is projected over. I'll go ahead and pass there, even though I don't really believe it, but sure. Now I'm just scrolling through. I'm looking for places where we agree here. And again, the odds are already getting thin. So I'm going to roll through 5 because 5s and 6s are your best value on prize picks. If you want to run pairs, split these up. Pair them with NBA plays, NHL plays, other things we have in the Proptimizer. I get it. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to roll through and find the top 5. Tyler Conklin, more than 2.5 receptions. Again, the odds, minus 120. Not great. Still a little bit of value on prize picks. At least BetMGM and Caesars have it at minus 135 and 133, respectively. We are projecting him at just over 3 receptions. So that's good to see. And again, terrible quarterbacks like Zach Wilson like to check down to their tight ends. There's Tyler Conklin. He's been over. Your last 5 guys who hated the last play, you should like this one. We get 5 straight games, him going over 2.5 receptions. Go ahead and pop him in here to make it 3 or 6 in a row. Hunter Renfrow, projection does not match here. Zach Wilson rushing attempts. He's terrible enough where he's going to have to scramble. The odds aren't great, but I'm going to go ahead again. I'm going to roll with it. A push on 3 attempts. We got him projected for 3.6 attempts. All the lines are set at 3.5 with juice to the under, but again, we get our push on 3. Let's go ahead and, again, I think there's definitely a drop-off in terms of quality of plays now that we're here. Last 5 games, 1 win, 2 pushes, 2 losses in terms of being over 3 rushing attempts. Again, though, the Raiders are not the Chargers or the Chiefs, so I think he's in a better spot here. We'll go ahead and go Zach Wilson, more than 3 rushing attempts. Been holding onto the ball way too long and taking sacks. Hopefully he'll take off and try and get a few yards. The Garrett Wilson projection, not there. Josh Jacobs. This makes sense. Just an overall kind of gross game with passing offenses who can't move the ball. So correlatively, this play makes sense. We'll go Josh Jacobs, 67.5 rush yards. Hopefully both running backs have good games. Pretty much a pick 'em across the board. PointsBet has it at 70.5. We're projecting him. The projection is really what's most in the positive here at 84 rushing yards. Let's go ahead. Let's find Josh Jacobs. Go ahead, check out the last 5, 3 and 2. And again, 2 bad quarterbacks. I think the running backs are going to have to take over. We'll play Josh Jacobs, more than 67.5 rushing yards. I think everything actually lines up in terms of game script wise for a single game parlay. So let's go ahead and let's do our recap. First, though, hit that like button as we go. Aidan O'Connell, less than 206.5 passing yards. Breece Hall, more than 66.5 rush yards. Tyler Conklin, more than 2.5 receptions. Zach Wilson, more than 3 rushing attempts. And Josh Jacobs, more than 67.5 rush yards. Make that play, lock that in. Make sure whoever you're following on YouTube is at the very least playing some of their plays. It's amazing to me that people don't do that. Hit that like button if you didn't already. Sunday Night Football. Make sure you get in DFS Army for the Proptimizer, NHL, NBA. I love this tool, guys. Odds-based plays plus projections for me are the way to go in the long run. I hope you decide to check it out. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and Sunday Night Football tonight. Hopefully we get a halfway decent game, or at the very least our plays hit. So that's what I got. It's your daily reminder that whether or not you are a DFS Army member, you probably should be. But either way, good luck in those contests, and I will see you next time.